Hello everyone. I would like to say hello and thank you for having me today in this session. Uh, you know, right now that I'm talking with you, we are here for about 6 years. It is unbelievable. Even I know for you and even for me and the refugees here, we didn't expect that Australian government be able to keep innocent people for almost 6 years. I think I would like to talk about this policy generally that we are struggling against this policy, a barbaric policy that is with a long history of creating suffering and torture on innocent people. So it is a long time, and I believe that for understanding this system, for understanding this policy, we cannot understand it out of time. I mean, we should understand this policy in some different periods, and that is a historical way. For example, we should say that in our lives, at the beginning of this policy, at first 6 months, they were treating us in a different way. And after the 6 months that we had the big riot on Manus Island, they treated us in a new way. And after that, after 18 months that we were in the prison, we had a long, hunger strike, and a big hunger strike. And after the hunger strike, they sent some of the refugees, the leaders, to the local prison camp, and we were in the prison for 3 years. And then PNG Supreme Court ordered that this keeping people in prison is illegal, and so they opened the gates, but still we were in a prison because we couldn't reach to the Lorongo town and the community. And after 4.5 years, they relocated us by force to new camps, and right now we are living in the community. So I mean by telling, giving you this information, I know that you are aware of that. What I mean is that for understanding this policy, we should understand it in different periods. Before the riot on 2014, after the riot to the hunger strike that was on 2016, and after that to the PNG Supreme Court, and after that another period was relocated us to the community. So for understanding this policy and the history of this policy, we should understand it in different periods. But the system is same. The system, treated us in different ways, but actually we are struggling with the same system, a system that still is creating suffering, but in a different way. So just I wanted to explain this, that we cannot Manus Island, Manus prison camp, and this policy without think about history and time, and that's why I think it's very important. In end, I would like to say something about the our movement, the refugees movement, and how the civil society has, is fighting with this system and with this barbaric policy. First, we should ask this question: that what's happened in Australia, that a government like Australia has created a prison camp like this? It is a main question, I think, that civil society in Australia should answer and think about it to answer this question. I know that it is a global problem, that many governments in the Western countries are shifting to the right wings parties, but in Australia actually they did. So we can see that fascism policy happened on Manus Island and Nauru. So we should answer this question, because I believe that the Australian government, couldn't do this policy and keep people in Manus and Nauru without support. Of course, definitely the party like a political party like Liberal has got support from the society, and that's why they have political benefits to do this kind of policy. Another question that I would like that we all of us think about it. I know that many people are engaged and involved in this issue, and you fight a lot, but we should ask this question: that we have been struggling against this system for years in Australia and also in refugee community. Why after 6 years still the refugees are living in Manus and Nauru? It is I think a very important question. Probably we have made many mistakes in our way, and I think we should change our advocacy way and the way we are struggling against this system. So I think we should create new ways and criticize the system in different ways. In some ways that we be effectful and push the government and force the government to change this policy. I think that while the refugees, innocent refugees, are political hostage in Manus and Nauru, we should ask this question from ourselves, and nothing happened. If only one individual refugee remain on Manus Island and Nauru, it means that still we defeated. Although I think already we defeated in some ways. So just I wanted to share with you this ideas and this question. I hope that we think deeply about this and do research and try to understand it in a deeply way. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. Yeah, thank you.